And ladies and gentlemen, game one of EU winter bracket finals between Rain and Penta. For Penta, we've got Vampire, Harugamo, Alvaro de Bazan, Harugamo, Brisbane, Moskva, Minnow, Schlieffen, and Kremlin. And then for the side of Rain, we've got Gross, Kleber, Gearing, Ragnar, Brisbane, Moskva, Salem, Vermont, and Ohio. A quick reminder to everyone, the ships banned were Des Moines and Daring, but that still is very interesting to see, that is definitely very interesting to see, not one but two Alvaro de Bazan. Because we've seen one. I don't think I've ever seen two in King of the Sea. Granted, it is a newer ship, obviously, so that admittedly changes it. But yeah, definitely interesting. Now, for the side of Penta, very aggressive push towards A, fairly aggressive push, but smaller towards C. Harugamo, Minnow, Moskva heading to C. Harugamo, Alvaro, Vampire, Kremlin, Brisbane, Schlieffen heading to A. Now, the Ragnar of Rain is going to get in there to B very early on. He's going to have the advantage because there's nothing in a position to stop him yet. Watch for that Vampire smoking that Kremlin up. Because the Kremlin following that close to a Vampire makes me think they want to take the Vampire smoke. And I'm going to bet if I look at this, I'm going to bet if I go back and look at this again, that the Vampire is... No, he's not a long smoke. He's Hydro, so normal length smoke. Okay, but he does have consumable enhancements. So keep an eye, because I expect to see this being a smoke up and trying to get him on there. Radar out early. They'll catch the Kleber... or actually just barely miss him. He has to duck out of sea though, so does force out the Minnow radar. Looks like the Kleber torps are not going to hit. Taking a look back over here, Ragnar dives into B, nothing to stop it. There's that smoke up of the Kremlin, and the Harugamo smoking up the Alvaro de Bazan in the Brisbane. Move them forward. Rain with a fair push into AB as well. They've got similar numbers over here, and there's the radar. They're going to use the Moskva radar. That'll spot Gangbarang. Gangbarang has to move back, and he'll get back to B. And so the radar's still there. I mean, it'll go down here in a second. It does go down. He's unspotted, but the problem is the Vampire's now forward, so that'll prevent B. Alvaro dives in, takes A. Penta will have the advantage there. Brisbane looks like he's in a prime spot to dodge these torps. No problems there. And now the Harugamo is taking the Kappa C. Kleber does spot him, so Kleber has the option to play game denial, but the Kleber has to play dodge game right now. He's gonna dodge. He just dodges all of them. Uh-oh. Harugamo, though. Oh, they're just gonna run out. Harugamo breathes a sigh of relief. And, ladies and gentlemen, Penta gets the first cap. Vampire did take some damage there getting him up. They got the Kremlin down to the position they want. They're trying to get shots on Striver. They can't. Artorias, just behind the island, so he will not take the conga line of torps. But now Penta's starting to tick points. Minor health lead to the side of Rain, but that's basically from the mid. So, the Salem of Artorias now being spotted. He's going to be forced away. The Ragnar of Gang has made a large move away. Looks like he's going to turn back in here. Vampire 2 of Striver taking the cap. They don't have a way to spawn. This is the downside of the Salem. You get the heal, but he's not got a Hydro to spot him right now. Though the Kremlin now starting to be the focus, they do get a fire on him, and so keep an eye on this. The Brisbane's probably just going to farm him. They do spot Striver. Ragnar of Gangberang moves forward, gets some damage on Striver. Striver forced out. This will allow Gangberang to dive back into the cap, and keep a very, very close eye out on some of this. Kremlin. Ooh, Grozovoy of Dubai Sun spotted. Fights are breaking out all over the map. Madara trying to help with that Harugamo of Vile, but man, Penta just looks so good right now. Grozovoy of Dubai Sun trying to get out of here. So, now B still being contested. 100-point lead for the side of Penta. Rain's positioning. There's some things I really like, there's some things I don't like. So things I like, the Salem being able to sit there and smoke is nice. The problem is the Grozovoy of Dubai Sun took so much damage that right now he's useless. In terms of being able to contest a fight. Schlieffen can't be spotted. We're seeing C taken now, and this has been a nice push. This is going to force... Penta's going to move forward, and this is going to allow for C to be taken. Oh! And Dubai Sun eats a Torp. The Alvaro de Bazan's Torp spot Dubai Sun. Dubai Sun takes one. First blood to Penta. Rip Bison there. And now keep an eye on the shots. Vermont shells are coming in. Moskva down to 65,000. Down to 57k. Blood Legend becomes the focus target here. It really becomes how much can they do. That Salem has to back. And now the points lead is 240. It's going to hold steady there for the moment. But the Salem of Artorias looks like he's in a really rough spot. And right now, Penta feels like they're in full control. Only thing they don't have is the health lead, but they've done a really good job of balancing out the ship damage. Salem about to go down. He can't get dark. That Vampire Hydra's just locked him in, and he knows he's gone. He's just sitting there. He's going to cut forward. Shot out. I mean, it's the last ditch shot. Does get some damage on that Schlieffen. That Schlieffen's taking a fair chunk there. But 2-ship deficit for the side of Rain does not feel good at all. Moskva will radar. That'll find them some stuff to look at. Look for the shots in on the Vampire. Vampire cannot heal, remember, so that 13,000 health is his max. 3k chunk there is big. Another big chunk there. He's down to 14k. He's down to 6k. He took another 4k there. He's gonna get just out of the spotting. And he's second. Will they get another salvo off? They got another salvo off. That Moskva moving forward. They really want him. And they get him down to 5,600. Moskva, though, has got a Kremlin. Oh, Harugamo takes a Torp. Moskva just takes an overpen worth of damage from the Kremlin. And that Moskva of Ship Shady moving forward. Harugamo of Marcelo Pello, he is currently flooding. And they can't heal that, so that's going to take him down to about 5,500. Kremlin continuing to fire his back gun. That's the only gun he can get out there. Fire on the Kremlin. Kremlin does have the DCP. Ship Shady, not in a position to do anything other than that yet. And now, Shriver back into B. Watch this push up here. The Brisbane here on the flank is getting spammed down. Madara will die at some point, most likely. But if this Kremlin of Snackman gets killed off, that's a big victory. And here, and watch this push over here as well. This sheep basically gone. But now Ship Shady has got himself into a better position, able to dodge a lot of those shells, and Kremlin uses the DCP finally. Moscow has radar in 40 seconds. Those minnow shells, they're not doing a lot, but if Ship Shady's not careful, he'll get the lineup. And there we go. There's the hit starting to come in. Kremlin gonna take a tour. No, he just dodges. But 2 caps to 1 and a 350 point and climbing lead for the side of Penta. And Rain needs something now. They lose the Kleber to the minnow, ladies and gentlemen. That's not what they needed. They're gonna lose the Brisbane here in a second. Penta about to be up 4 ships to 1. And the Moskva gets torped by the Vampire, and the Brisbane gets killed off. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a 5-ship lead for Penta. Rain keeps getting ships low. They got the Kremlin low. They got the Hrugma low. They got the Vampire low. But they weren't able to finish. And that's something... That's something that is just dog teams playing Penta all day. Penta does so well at just keeping their ships alive. Because you keep your ships alive, you win games. And that's what they do so well. They play right on the edge. And there goes the Ragnar of Gangbang. They play right on the edge. But the edge, they walk it beautifully. And that's how they win. The gearing of Basti spotted, about to get farmed out. He's down to 5,600, ladies and gentlemen. The shells are in. He goes down, and now it's just 25 seconds until the side of Penta wins. But yeah, that's just, they do it so beautifully, not losing the ships. Their players know exactly when to go dark and get out of there. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner and taking game 1 in this best of 5 is Penta. And let's see